All right, we're here talking about game 2 between Smokes and Turdz, which I sort of meant to put in the last video, but then it all went chaotic. So we're going to do it here, and we're going to jump in after the starter and the reply, because this kind of nicely paralleled the prior game, where in the previous game, Turdz played a starter, and Smokes just took it, saying you don't have good recaptures. And in this one, Smokes plays a starter corner, and Turdz just takes it, saying, you don't have great recaptures. Now, sadly, Smokes has already picked up a card. Can we grab a moment between the moves? No, because by the time the move's made, Smoke has already picked up 5472 to recapture. So the game didn't parallel well, but actually, I think this will be a good position. Smokes plays too quickly for me to stop and just think about this situation. Where would you go if you're Turdz here? I think when watching this, I thought he was going to go in 6. Because Turdz had played a game against me where we had a similar situation, and he had a card in 8 that in the analogous version I couldn't take from 9. And he played in 6, saying if I go 5, he gets 9. And if he goes 5, 9 isn't that valuable to me because I don't flip 8. So I kind of thought maybe he'd do something like 5, 7, 2, 1, and 6. I think that's what I was thinking. Now, Smokes has a plus in 5, so you can't do something like 7, 3, 4, 3, and 9. That's just going to walk into too many combos. Also keep in mind plus wall is off, so 4, 5, 6, 1, and 1 is never comboing everything. You can take safety in 1, but it certainly just instinctively feels like you're too far behind after 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5. So I was expecting Turdz to either play in 6, saying, okay, you have this threat in 5, but if you play 5, I get to play 4, 2, 4, 7, and 9, and I will lock in 8, 9, and potentially have 6 quite strong as well. Or I was thinking he'd block 5 immediately, probably with 4, 7, 4, 2, with the idea that 8 is safe and 4 is effectively pretty close to safe, because if 3, 5, 6, 4 ever goes in 1 to flip it, the only card that can flip it, you have either 7, 3, 4, 3 or 5, 7, 2, 1 ready to land in 2. So I was expecting Turdz to do one of those. As I recall, he doesn't do either. So I'm curious to see what happens. He does go 6. Okay. I remembered it as I predicted wrong. But he's had this interesting predilection towards these moves. Now, normally the combo setup move you'll see is not in 6, but in 2, right? Because normally the combo setup move is about, the diagonal from the action move, which I think of as like the combo move, right? Your opponent has just played in 4, so the move diagonal to that is 2, right? And that's going to be the square where you have potential to set up like aggressive combo threats. But Turdz isn't quite doing this. He's doing something a little more complex, I think, than just saying I can set up a substantial number of combos. Because he's actually not setting up combos almost at all. 4, 5, 6, 1 has a combo in 9 if needed as a plus. But it's very unlikely to flip any extra cards. Instead, what he's doing is sort of pairing squares of the board. And I've already talked about this a bit. But he's saying, you have this big threat in 5, and I'm making sure 9 is as good a square. And if you play in 9, you're never going to flip 8. That's going to be a little bit dead to you. Now, I think, if I remember right, again, it's a while since I looked at this at all. I do think now that I'm seeing it, the solver said Smokes had a win here. I don't remember what it was, and I'm not going to take the time to try to find it. But if you want to figure it out and have any thoughts, feel free to send it along, and I'll go check what it says. Yeah, I think Smokes made a good move here, though. He did not play the move the solver said was winning, as I recall, but he does play 5, 5, 1, 5, and 3. Now, okay. So we scroll down so we can see the cards. What do we do if we're Turdz here? 3 is safe to us. Though note, and it's the only card that could go in 3 that is safe to us. Do we want to go in 9? Well, if we go in 9, which card are we putting there? I think we're putting a card that isn't 4247. Because if we go 9, Smokes has 2 different cards he could put in 5. And 2 of our cards cover 4534, right? 7343 can combo that from 2, and 4561 can combo that from 2. But only one of our cards covers 3564. So we probably want to keep 4247 in our hand, right? If we start with 4247 in 9, then Smokes can play 3564 in 5. He'll be up 7-3. We don't have a double capture back, so we just lose on the spot. So it's got to be one of the other cards. Let's say 4561 in 9. Now we have combo play against any card that could be put in 5, but Smokes doesn't have to go in 5. And I think the problem is... So we do want to keep 7343 in our hand, because let's say we started, going back a sec, let's say we started with 7343 and 9. Smokes now plays 4534 and 1. And if we go in 5, we either lose because he combos us if we play 4247, or just because we don't capture anything and he captures us if we play 4561. So I think we kind of want to keep 7343 in our hand, either so that it can go in 5 safely, remember plus wall is off, or so that if either card goes in 1 from Smokes' hands, Turdz can place potentially 7343 and 2, comboing them. So I think 4561 and 9, visually that looks to me... That looks to me like it at least ties. Maybe that's wrong, though. Yeah, that's probably wrong. Because if you play 4561 and 9, then 4534 and 5, you will combo back, but wait a sec before thinking about that. That flips 6, but it combos through 8 to 9. And so when you combo back in 2 with 7343, you're going to flip 3, because that got flipped. I mean, that's already flipped. You're going to flip 3, you're going to flip 5, that's going to combo through to 6. But those are the only cards you'll have on board. That's just 4 cards on board. So when Smokes flips one more card of yours on his last turn, you are going to lose there. So yeah, 9 looks like a losing move. If 9's a losing move, where else can Turdz go? Well, you can occupy 5. Most obvious card to do that with is 4247 and 5. And that takes a 6-4 lead. But that does get comboed back. That does get comboed back if wanted. Or you can go 9. God, I'm having a lot of trouble just calculating cleanly recently. But, alright. 4247 and 5. That makes it 6-4. If you go in 9 as Smokes, you will flip 6. You will make it 5-5. And Turdz will be able to play, say, 7-3-4-3-2, flipping 3, 6-4. You only flip... No, you flip 2 back at the end. I'm counting so badly. Yeah. So, okay, 4-2, 4-7, and 5 doesn't work because of 4-3, 4-5, 3-4, and 9. Yeah. Okay, so that loses. If you go something like 7-3, 4-3, and 5, you're definitely losing to 9. Though, in that case, you're losing to 3, 5, 6, 4, and 9, not 4, 5, 3, 4. So point is, this looks very, very dangerous for Turdz, and I think you're left with having to find a move in 1 or 2. Though that makes sense. 9 is a dead square. Try to leave 9 open, or 9 is a square that's not very strong. So let's see where Turdz went, now that I've just not calculated very cleanly. Yeah, Turdz goes 1. Both setting up a threat in 2, and not getting rid of 9 as a potentially kind of weak square. And if we check Sir Smokes' moves, I think actually now it's a little dangerous for Sir Smokes. He's got to be careful. For instance, if he plays 4, 5, 3, 4, and 9, it'll be 5-5, but he will lose to 7-3, 4-3, and 5. 3-5, 6-4 can't take anything at the end. If he starts with 3-5, 6-4, and 9, he still just loses. But this time, he loses to 4-2, 4-7, and 5, because 4-5, 3-4 can take a 7 up, but can't take a 4 up. If he goes in 2, he has no captures in 2. If he plays something like 3-5, if he plays either card in 2, then 7-3, 4-3, and 5 captures that card. He will be down 7-3, and he will only have 1 capture from 9, so he will again lose. So the only hope of a tie is in 5, and Smokes finds it, as I recall. It's picked up 4-5, 3-4. So nice job by Turdz taking a very dangerous position. Maybe it was the only tie, but finding something where it was Smokes that had to be a little more careful. Once again, they play too quick. But what happened here, I guess if we skip ahead, is 4-5, 3-4 landed in 5. Well, it is hard to see a lot of cards of flipped colors. So let's think about it here. 4-5, 3-4 goes in 5. That's going to flip 4, 6, and 8 because of the plus. So that's going to flip 3 cards. Currently, the score is 6-4 in favor of Turdz, so that will make it 7-3 in favor of Smokes. Yeah. And Turdz can then play 4-2, 4-7, and 9, which will make it 5-5, and Smokes will have no captures at the end. So I assume that's the way it went. Skip ahead. Nope, he did a different order. He played 7-3, 4-3, and 2, comboing back a bit, and then Smokes goes in 9. Okay. I feel I did a poor job of talking through this one, but I think an interesting game where I got a little muddled on the calculations. So feel free to work it out for yourself instead. And cheers.